Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera ladies and gentlemen, abang kakak, nakama-nakama semua. So ladies and gentlemen, manga One Piece chapter 1086 telah pun keluar. So macam biasa saya nak buat reaction kepada manga One Piece chapter 1086. So saya pun dah tak sabar nak tengok apa yang berlaku dalam manga One Piece chapter 1086 ni. So tanpa buang masa, jom kita teruskan dengan reaction saya kepada manga One Piece chapter 1086. So sekarang ni kita dapat tengok cover weekly Shonen Jump, iaitu kita dapat tengok gambar Luffy, Kobe dan juga Garp. Okay. Dan kita dapat colour spread ladies and gentlemen, di mana kita dapat tengok ke semua kru Mugiwara dekat sini lah. Alright, kita dapat colour spread kali ini. Alright, so sekarang ini manga One Piece chapter 1086 bertajuk The Five Elder Planets. Okay. And so, the curtains drew closer on the reverie before the news of King Cobra's murder came to light. This is Princess Vivi of Arabasta. Hasn't anyone seen her? Where is the king? Has his condition worsened? All the while, a number of stowaways held their breath as they attempted to escape on various royal vessels. Hey, whose ship is this? The Aegis Kingdoms. So, kita dapat tengok Wapol dengan Vivi sekarang ni. We're on Aegis ship Morgans. Gacha, we'll fly our headquarters over and pretend to look for a scoop. Use that chance to hop aboard and don't get yourself caught before then. I owe you one. You got that right. A king somehow become the subject of a manhunt. This is big news. I can't wait to hear all about it. So what exactly did you see in there, Wapol? Like I tell you, leave me alone and go back to your own ship. I can't. CP0 is no joke. Now that they're after me, it won't matter how much everyone tries to help. Those agents won't rest till I'm back in their custody. Now let me borrow your transponder snail. I need to talk to my father as soon as possible. He's a total worrywart. Anything but that, get lost already. What's wrong with you? So kita dapat tengok dekat sini, diorang cari Vivi dan diorang cari Sabo juga. Tanjani Kingdom's ship, hatchet season. I'm hungry. Hoof, Lulusia Kingdom's ship, Bilgi section. If I can just make it to Lulusia, hoof, I know I can figure something out. Hoof, I'm counting on you, Sabo-kun. You must live on. Okay. So kita dapat tengok Sabo teringat apa yang King Cobra cakap dekat dia. It didn't take long for the two key stories to spread across the globe. The murder of King Cobra of Arabasta and the disappearance of his daughter, Princess Vivi. The Holy Land of Marijoa. The man they call Sabo. He seems to have a checkered fate. How else can you account for him constantly being surrounded by those who bear the letter D? I was hoping we would be able to see the egghead issue now, but it seems that dealing with this complication will have to take priority. Ring ring clang. Yes, Great Imu. Oh, Imzama, Pangaea Castle, Flower Room. The time has come to put Vegapunk's invention to the test. Use the Mother Flame. Is it true we haven't had the chance to try it out before now, so there is no way to ascertain its effectiveness yet? Depending on how well this experiment goes, Egghead may reconsider its response. I think a forest area would be a more suitable testing ground than a sea-based target. Lulusia Kingdom. Oh, okay. Quite a lot of people live there. That is of no consequences. Understood. The world moves at the will of the creator. What is the reason for Lulusia's selection? It's close proximity. I will make necessary. Oh, kita dapat nama Gorose. Okay. I will make necessary preparations. I humbly request your patience in the meantime. 5 Elder Planets, Defense Science Warrior God, Saint J. Garcia Saturn. Lucia's citizens have shown sparks of rebellion recently. 5 Elder Planets, Environmental Warrior God, Saint Marcus Mars. We may be able to make an example out of them. 5 Elder Planets, Justice Warrior God, Topman Valkyrie. If we could one day use this power freely, 5 Elder Planets, Finance Warrior God, Ethan Baron V. Nosjuro. We could instantly snuff out any protected conflict. 5 Elder Planets, Agriculture Warrior God, Shepherd Jupiter. One more thing. Of course, retrieve Vivi as you wish. Meanwhile, the Kingdom of Tajin and the Aegis Kingdom are both rebelling. Between the disbanding of the 7 warlords and the uprising in government-affiliated nations, the Navy has their hands full. Deploy the Seraphim. Seraphim! Oh! Crocodile was supported on Empty Bluff Island. However, their military power had already gone in a new direction. Kita dapat tengok Seraphim, Doffy, Moria dan juga Crocodile. The second we docked at Lucia, the people arrested King Seki and Princess Komen. They were just waiting to ambush the royals. Since I was a stowaway, they welcomed me with open arms. That's when I saw the papers and found out that they pinned King Cobra's murder on me. Unsurprisingly, the people there considered me a hero. I wanted to tell them the truth, but when I saw how that lie fanned the flames of rebellion within them, the words died in my mouth. Betty and the others had already inspired a lot of them, and I ended up bringing many of those hopeful recruits back with me. I could make direct contact without an encryption snail, so I rerouted my call through the island while we were setting sail. Okay, I knew the government would intercept the signal, but doing it like that was sure to fool them into thinking I was still on Lulusia. However, I was just within range, having already set out to sea with our new enlistees. So the annihilation of Lulusia really did happen during that call? Yeah, everyone on board was hysterical. A lot of them had family on the island. They saw their country obliterated right in front of their eyes. Despicable, how in the world did they do it? An enormous shadow seemed to engulf the sky above us, and the next movement everything was gone. An enormous shadow? There's no way it was caused by a living thing or some natural disaster. Something pitch black was flying above the clouds. Sabo, earlier you said they used the name Imu. Right, this may be a little out there, but when the world we know today created 800 years ago, one of the first 20 sovereigns was Saint Imu of House Nerona. Now look at this. Since we know an ability granted eternal youth is said to exist, that must mean someone has used it before, right? Which means there is a person out there that doesn't need to worry about death. So you think the one I saw is... It could be a coincidence, maybe they just shared the same name, but could anyone else but a founder command the 5 elder planets, the highest of world nobles? The celestial dragons fancy themselves as the descendants of the gods after all. One more thing, assuming the object you saw above the clouds has a weapon made by the government, then the only one capable of creating such a thing could be Vegapunk. Call it Eva. Vegapunk would never intentionally design a dedicated killing machine. I know. So what if it was an ancient weapon? Assuming Imu has been living since ancient times, there is a connection. Robin told us that the ancient weapons do in fact exist, but if this person had such a weapon, why wait till now to use it? Present day, the Holy Land of Marijoa, a celestial dragon has just been sentenced to death. Our food supply is gone, We have no bread. All we have is cake, However, this information will never be reported to the outside world. The judge was the former king of the land known as God Valley. He currently serves as the supreme commander of God's Knights. His name is Saint Garling Figure. Wait, no way! The man he sentenced to execution, none other than the one who chose to defend fishmen, Saint Don Quixote Miosgard. Anyone who protects scum is lower than the scum they protect. A man who can judge the celestial dragons. So ladies and gentlemen, itulah dia reaction saya kepada manga One Piece chapter 1086. So macam mana, apa pendapat korang tentang manga One Piece chapter 1086 ni? Korang boleh komen pendapat korang dekat bawah. Macam biasa, kalau saya ada tersalah fakta, korang boleh komen fakta yang betul kat bawah. Dan kalau ada benda yang korang nak tambah, korang boleh tambah dekat bawah. Kita jumpa lagi dalam the next video. Assalamualaikum. Bye bye.